Alright guys, I'm tearing into the UDR here. I did take the dry shaft off. The dry shaft spins, so it's in the rear end, whatever it is. So I'm going to go ahead and rip that off. All I've done so far is take off the tires. Alright, and next you got to pull one screw out of your little part here, that your sway bar linkage part, or whatever you want to call it. Same thing on this side. Screw that in a little ways. Then we got the center support guys here. Same deal. Going to be the 3mm. Now we're going to switch to the 2.5. Do you believe it's 2.5? Yes, 2.5. And these are our limiter straps. One of mine is getting pretty tore up. The passenger side of the truck, that's the side that's tore up. The rubber's getting tore up a little bit. I'll just drop these two here in the magnetic parts tray. Alright, now we can move the truck off to the side, because whatever our issue is in here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, this has got like a sun gear inside of it. Yeah, that's where we're going to start at. I can turn this a little bit. See, turn just a little. I don't know what the heck's going on. So yeah, we're going to start by tearing off that whole front. Get these off as well. Okay, slide the hexes off. I've upgraded those to, yeah, and the axle shaft will slide out. Okay, now right away I'm not seeing anything that's wrong, but it's still locked up. Alright, so I think my guess about whatever it being in that sun gear up in here, I think I'm going to be right, because this looks good. Whole rear end, this looks beautiful in there. Nothing looks wrong. Now I have had this tore apart once, and I did it with white lithium grease, and as you can see, it ain't full of sand or anything. Everything's been doing really well on this UDR. So I think tearing it apart and doing that to it really helps. I'm going to go ahead. There is 4 more bolts that hold this thing together, like sideways. You can see it'll split right down the middle. So let's go ahead and take them out. Alright, there's them 4. Set them off to the side there, and let's see what happens. We're going to slowly split it here. Okay, I'm still not seeing anything wrong. Okay, yeah, nothing looks wrong with that ring gear. Or this pinion. I mean, I do see a couple little chips or something. Like, it ain't beautiful, you know, but it's not what the issue is. The issue is in this sun gear here. All right, that'll just slide right off. Sit him there. Slide this bearing off too, probably. All right, there's 4 screws there. That's what we need to do next. All right. Oh, I see what happened. You can see this is part of the bearing that fell out. And there is some of the tiny balls in there. See, there's one on the end right there. So we've had a bearing go out inside of the sun gear. Okay, yeah, picking out pieces of bearing. Oh yeah. I think the outer race is still stuck in there. Yeah, it is. It's even broke. See it? Broken. Oh, there it comes out in pieces. Okay, well, at least we got it all. The rear end locked up on the truck. You see, I have it all apart right here. Everything in the rear end and the spider gears and everything seemed fine. What was wrong is these trucks aren't, they're like, kind of like the planetary in a monster truck. See, it's got several gears, a sun gear, I think people call them. And this goes over the outside and it rotates just this. And yeah, well, anyways, that bearing went out. I could have ordered a single Traxxas bearing for, I think, about $6, and it was a pair of 2. So we got 2 of them for $6. But I went with brc.com is who I went to, and I got 10 bearings for just over $10. That was an awesome deal. This takes, got these, and I'm gonna, any of my extra bearings, you always throw them. You know, I thought I might have had one that fit it because I got a lot of these, this, that, and the other, you know, but I did not have the correct size one, but I do now, and I have 10 extras. There is where the bearing went out. And there's also another one on this half, on the back side. On this half here, there's a bearing, the same bearing on the back side. So number 1, number 2. Now, number 2 there looks fine, but I'm going to take them out, save it as a spare. Oh yeah, came out really nice and easy. It looks fine. We're going to save this one as a spare and put some of our new ones in. And go ahead. You see there's small bearings on this side. And if you remove these little gears, there's small bearings on this back side. I'm going to remove them. I'm going to clean all the little, see, I see there's like a little chunk of something right there. I'm going to clean it all up a little bit. Got that axle housing part cleaned up there. I don't know how well we can see it on camera, but right there was a clogged BB. I cleaned it, and I saw a BB in there clogging one of those holes, and that would have tore up. Oh, there's another one. See, they get them little BBs from that bearing. You got to make sure you clean this stuff up. If I would have left it gritty and dirty, I would have thrown it back in there, and it probably would have ground them up, and this would have eventually probably went out because it would have tore them teeth up a little bit. So it's a good idea to clean everything up. Okay. Now I don't see no metal crap in here. It was all inside this cased in part. This is just where this goes in there. And you can see it does have a chipped tooth or two. I hope it holds up. That's probably where the rear end locked up and the truck stopped. It's probably it. So hopefully that'll hold up, because I don't got no money to even replace the freaking little gear in that. Not today anyways. Okay, these cleaned up really nice. As long as there ain't no BBs and chunks of crap floating around in there, that's all you got to do. Inspect your bearings. These ones are all turning really nice yet. That one's turning really nice. Yeah, this don't look horrible, but it is getting a little beat up. I'm sure I'll probably have to replace this and this soon. But we'll see if we can get a video on it before or after order parts. Okay, so always inspect these bearings. These all looked beautiful. All the inner races are turning just fine. Might as well install this one right here where it goes. One of the new ones. Just like install this one in the back side. Alright. It's like that. And you can see where all them little BBs rolled through this thing at. Look at all them dings and nicks on those teeth. But there's no chipped teeth, you know. No like full chips on the teeth. So that's good. Then this is going to go, them little bearings are going to sit right on the tops of these. And the knobs are going to go in between the holes. It should sit just like that. Flip it over. Reinstall your 4 screws. Alright guys, so I made a mistake. You have to have this split open. And then this will slide over. I forgot that I skipped that step. That'll slide over like that. Then you can put your 4 screws in. Then your sun gear is finally together. This has not been a good day for me today, guys. First, I went to go put money in the bank. As I pulled into the bank, I hear pss, 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 pss. My freaking tire on my plow truck is leaking air like crazy. And so I headed like 2 blocks down the road to a gas station. So I get to the tire, I get back to the air pump. Just as I pull in, the tire's like threading apart into pieces. And then my dad brought me a tire, and then of course my lug nuts didn't fit, and we had to go back to his house, and it was a whole ordeal, and it really sucked. And then I missed a step on this today, and that was just part of my day. I know you're watching, Dad, and you're thinking, yeah, that was just part of his screw-ups today. Yes, I'm freaking almost 40 years old. My dad still tells me I screw up every day. I think that's just what dads do. Alright, that's going round and round. Kind of sounds like crap. Best friend. Just going to give him just a... It ain't like you got to dump this stuff. See, now that was a little much. But you just got to get a little bit on it. You don't got to have tons. A little bit goes a long ways. Now I can feel already. These are kind of loud and noisy. And with the chips out of mine, it's probably even noisier than the normal one. Your normal everyday one. But that's going to be good enough. It'll probably wear in. Let it wear in. Now there's your little spots in there where these squares drop in nice and tight. Cool, that's rolling around. Sounds like there's about a pound of dirt in there. Good enough. I actually think this is broke too, guys. I don't think that piece is a shim. I think, see, it looks all busted at the end. I'm pretty sure I don't know. It seems like that. Maybe that is just an inner race deal. I don't think so. I think this had that on it because it looks like it's broke in there. See that? So, I don't know. Okay, so let's get this back together. Got them in. Is it rolling? Yes. Oh, you know what? I missed a freaking step again, guys. All right, this has to... I've missed enough steps today. Let's make sure there's nothing clogged in here, which there is. I see one little baby. It's all it takes. There looks to be no more in there. This drops in just like so. Come on, there. Then this goes on the top. Third time's a charm. All right. All right. Once you got that all assembled, it's good to check to make sure it spins. As you can see, it's spinning. These are got a lot of gears in them, so they spin a little slower than average diff. But a little bit of getting a little bit of the white lithium between the ring and pinion there. Do a little shot back here. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot a bearing again. That's okay, we're only 4 bolts deep this time, guys. Well, you ain't gonna say I haven't been practiced at taking the UDR rear end apart. Alright, shove that bearing on. Hopefully, this will be the last time I forget something. But if you'd call and ask my father, he would probably say I got about 2 to 3 more things that I'll probably screw up and forget before this is over with. And I would probably have to agree with him. Holy cow, what a day. Alright, put these back in. Yeah, I shouldn't tighten them all the way down with the power tool. I should use my hand wrench. But I'm tired of freaking doing things the slow way today, let me tell you. Maybe that's why I've had so many screw-ups. I'm tired of doing things the slow way. Once again, let's make sure it's going to rotate. Just beautiful. Alright. Nothing else I can forget on this part, I don't think. Okay, you got to slide your axle shafts out a bit. Just like in a real pickup. And I do believe these can only go one way. Yeah, see, got that guy there, so the ring and pinion can only go up to the one side. Like that. Slide that in, and slide your axle shafts back in, giving them like a little spin as you put them in, and you'll feel them slide into that gear housing. Slide your bearing back in. Do the same on the other side. Slide it in as you twist. Rear disc brake replica on here, but I've broke them off, you can see. And I don't need a replica disc brake. Although I would like some of the cool ones. If anybody wants to send me some, send them away. I'll take some free stuff. No problem. Shoved them screws back in there, so I knew I wasn't going to get too long of one or too short of one. I try to do that a lot of times. Okay. Let's throw them on like that. And the screws go right there. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to switch back to the time lapse, guys. All right, after 1,000 wrong turns, doing things the wrong way, I'm to the final step, I think, of installing the rear dry shaft. Now, I did not put any Loctite on this pin this particular time, because I think this rear end will be coming out again soon. It's really, really tight. I mean, it's fine, but it just seems a little tighter than normal. It'll probably break in. I filled it with a bunch of extra white lithium. Everything seems to be okay with it. I'm going to go ahead. Yes, I left my batteries in it, but I unplugged them. Always unplug your batteries if you're going to leave them in the car. You should always take your, when you're done running, you should always take your cars and batteries out of your cars and unhook them and storage charge them. Well, we've all been there. And it's starting to roll a little easier. Alright, controller on. Truck on. Alright guys, can't wait tomorrow to get out and do a little bit of ice action. I wish I could figure out something to throw in these tires. Gosh, I wish I had some little self-tappers to throw in there. But alright guys, I'm Traxxas Mike from My RC Life, and I'll see you later.